Hello again and welcome to my channel, Professor Thermal. We're continuing with the new curriculum spelling lists for Year 2, and the last video you will have seen me write these words here, from beautiful down to again. So we've got 2 more videos left to complete the 64 words in the Year 2 spelling list. For the common exception words, tricky words, irregular high frequency words, different terms for much the same thing. The words which are slightly difficult to spell. Right, now, you might want to pause the video at some stages during this to have a go yourself, and you might like to have a pen or pencil and paper ready if you're going to, or just watch and hopefully learn something useful. A handwriting pen, the usual grip, hold it like this and then flick it back and you're ready to write. So that is the best grip really, if you can. Now I have to use for the videos a thicker point so that it shows up as explained before, and we'll start with 2 words which have the similar spelling pattern, grass and pass. Starting on the line as always for lowercase letters, no capitals today. G. At that point, backwards anti-clockwise, touch the line, up to join in a straightish line, back down in a straight line, curve, loop to the left, slope up to make the letter R, down, bounce back up, over with a curve, ready to form the letter A. Similar to the top half of the G, round, up, back down in a straight line, hook or flick to the S, a bit like a C, but at this point we go back to the right, curve round, down to the line, lead out to the next S, as grass is made up of 2 letter S's at the end, back to the line, and lead out and lift. The next word is the word pass, such as pass the salt please. On the line, up almost halfway, back down, bounce back up keeping in a straight line, curve to the right, round, back to the start, lead out to the letter A. At that point we go back, round, up, down, and SS pattern, back, halfway down, curve to the right, there's the letter S, and there's the second letter S, and hook or flick to lead out. The next word is the word plant, again beginning with the letter P. On the line, halfway up, down, trying to keep level with that and that, bounce back up, but going over our line in a straight line, round to the right, back to the start. Now we're forming the letter L. So you can see I've gone almost to the top, but not quite. Round to the right, back anti-clockwise. There's the letter A. And this is the letter plant, the letter N, and the letter T, and lead out, lift, and cross the T. So, for example, we have a colourful plant in our classroom. Next word begins again with the letter P. Starting on the line, up, down, bounce back up, round, form the A, up to form the T, up to form the H, down, bounce back up, curve to the right, back down to the line, and lead out. Lift and cross the T. So for example, there is a path to the outside shed. Next word is the word bath. Starting on the line, up to the top, almost to the top, back down. As you can see, I'm trying to keep level with the T and the H. Bounce back up, curve to the right, round to the start. Forming the letter A. As you can see, this is in the pattern of path and bath. For example, there is a bird bath in the garden where the birds can wash themselves. Bath. Now, the T. Do I go to the left or right of the P? I'll go to the left. Down, bounce back. No, we don't. They're not doing the H yet. Down, up, down, bounce back up, curve to the right, and lead up with what we call flick, lift, and cross. As I mentioned before, handwriting books in classrooms normally have an extra set of lines midway. So this problem never occurs. But in reality, your child's exercise book is made up of lines like this, even though they're closer together. Now, our next word is the word hour, such as there are 24 hours in a day, but this is the singular hour. On the line, up to the top, almost, down, bounce back up, curve to the right. We're going to form the letter O. Remember, we go to that point, and like the C and the A and the G, we go back on ourselves, but this time we form a nice circle. So complete the circle there, lead out, and here we'll go to the right, so it's always a problem, of the P. Now I've made a complete mistake of this one, as we all make mistakes. I'm not a computer program, but I'm going to continue. So I'll put a neat line through that. I got a little bit distracted because the pen is starting to run out. So try this one again. Apologies for that. Sometimes it's good to see mistakes being made because they're never made if you watch all this on a computer, but you could perhaps avoid making my mistake by thinking more ahead. On the line, up, down, bounce back up, form the letter O, nice circle, complete the circle, over to the U. So we learn from our mistakes and finish with the letter R. Up, down, bounce back up, over to the right and hook or flick and lift. Our next word is the word move, such as move along please. So always starting on the line. The letter M, making the letter O, complete the circle and lead out at this point as always with the letter O. Similar to the letter R, we always lead out at this point, and we're going to make the letter V. Slope down to the right, slope up to the right, and hook or flick. At this point, as V is another letter that does that, to form the letter E, and lift. Nothing to dot or cross. The next word is in the same pattern as move, and it's the word prove. Like, can you prove what happened? Starting on the line, up, down, bounce back up, over to the right. It's a little bit long there, too long. forming the letter R, down, bounce back up, hook or flick to form the letter O. Complete the circle, hook or flick out to form the letter V. Slope down to the right, slope up to the right, hook or flick, and we can form the letter E. Lift. Next word is the word half, like half of 4 is 2. Lead in on the line, up almost to the top, down, bounce back up, halfway up the line, over to the right, back down to the line, going to form the letter A now. Round, at this point as always, we stop, like the letter O and C, go back on ourselves, but at this point we go up now in a straight line, down in a straight line, to form the letter L, keeping the same height as the H, down, and now we're going to form the letter F, which personally I do finish at about this point here. Down in a straight line, curve to the left, loop diagonally to the right, and lift. Some schools might well teach the F as going right to the top, or they might teach it as going at the same height as the A. It just depends on what your teacher teaches your child. Now the next word is money. For example, I have some money in my pocket. On the line with the letter M, I'm to press quite hard now as I can see that the pen is starting to run out of ink. Hook flick to form the letter O. Usual formation there. Across to the N, down, bounce back up, curve to the right, down, form the letter E, keeping all these letters a consistent height and a consistent size as far as possible. Now the letter Y, up, down, curve to the right along the line, up, same height, down below the line, curve to the left, loop, slope up to the right, and lift. There we have money. Next word is the word improve, such as I do try to improve my handwriting. On the line with the letter I, down, form the M, curve to the right, down, bounce back up, curve to the right again. So there's the letter M formed. Keeping our pen on the paper in this cursive style. The letter P. We stop at the same height as the M and the I, down, halfway down almost, bounce back up, over to the right, and now we're going to lead to the letter R, down, bounce back up, curve to the right, and here's our little hook or flick, which takes us to the letter O, which we're well used to doing now. Complete the circle, lead to the V, slope down to the right in a straight line, slope up to the right in a straight line. Lead to form the letter E. Lead out, lift, and go back and dot the I. Time for one or two more words. We've got the word sugar next, such as some people have sugar in their tea. On the line, form the letter S, back down, up, down, along the line, a slight curve, up, back down again, form the letter G. The top of the G is the same as the A. That's like an A, but for the G, continue down below the line, loop to the left, slope to the right, form the letter A. and finish with the letter R. Up, down, bounce back up on the same line, curve to the right, and lift. Now we have a few words here which would be very useful to learn to spell through the look, cover, write and check method. So, for example, the word improve, if you want to try this at home, I-M-P-R-O-V-E, I-M-P-R-O-V-E, so made up of improve. Cover, personally I say the letters in my mind again, I-M-P-R-O-V-E, or say them aloud if it's not a test in class. Write it down, lift and check. Now, that's all for today's session, and we'll finish off these Year 2 words in the next video. Thank you for listening. Please do subscribe, and please do click like if you found this useful and liked it. Thank you. Goodbye.